Smoke Wagon 45 here. Wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Investarms Hawken rifle kit that I just finished about a month and a half ago or so. So I'd like to talk about the bad and the ugly first, get that out of the way, and then finish up with the good, because really there is more good than bad and ugly as far as the kit goes. So the bad and the ugly is when doing this kit, the trigger and the set trigger were kind of a bear to get even in the ballpark. It was a good 5, 6, 7 pound trigger, and the set trigger would disengage a lot quicker than the hammer. So I ended up messing up the set screw that goes in there, sheared off the head basically, trying to tighten it up, and there was still a lot of space. So I took that apart, got a new screw, put that in there, and it still kind of bottomed out with a lot of space left on the threads. So took it apart, looked, there was a huge burr on the back of the hole for the set screw, preventing it from going all the way in. And before I realized that, I had sent the company an email on their website, and I told them what the problem was, explained all that to them, and sent the email. I got the generic response email back the next day or a few hours later, whatever it was, that, hey, we received your email and somebody will be in contact with you to go over the concerns. And that was December 2nd, 2024. And this is February 14th, happy Valentine's Day, 2025, and still no phone call, no email, no text message, nothing. Ghosted. Crickets. So customer service sucks. They maybe will respond to you, but they have not responded to me. So I give them a big fat 0 on customer service, and the quality control, they should have caught that. You know, they should have ran that screw all the way in and then backed it out to wherever they thought it needed to be. But anyhow, I had to find that out on my own and take care of that. But as far as that goes, the only other negative was this kit is in this wrist area, there was a lot of excess wood. There was excess wood pretty much all over the place, but there was a huge amount of wood in this area that needed to be filed down and sanded. But as far as all the parts and pieces, the CNC work was great. All the parts and pieces just dropped into this kit. So the good stuff is, if you're very new at this and you want a beginner kit, a very nice beginner kit, because overall the finished product I think is very nice. I was a little skeptical about the wood, but I think that turned out very nice. The barrel and all the metal finishing turned out very nice. I went with, what is it called? Oh, I can't see. Barrel Brown and Degreaser from, I can't see where it's from. My eyes suck, sorry. Laurel Mountain Foundry. Anyhow, this stuff here, very good. No heat. You just put a thin coat on it, let it sit, and it'll go through the rusting process, and then once you're done to where you want it, I think maybe about, I don't know, 5 or 6 coats, and I think it came out very nice. I've seen a lot of others where they really, when they go to cart off the rust, the corners of the facets really get real thin, where you can almost see it's back to straight metal. I don't like that look. I like it to be very covered all the way around, including those facets. So I was very careful to cart off the rust without digging into those corners and edges. So the browning is very nice. I don't see any imperfections or areas that I've missed. And I think the biggest key with the browning solution is put it on in thin layers. Don't have any pooling or puddling or runs, and just let it sit. The first couple, I think I went into it a little bit too quick, and I found out I had some other issues going on. I had some medical appointments and stuff I had to take care of. So it actually sat for like a day and a half before I get back to it on the last one, and I think that was the best one. So put it on and let it sit. Let it do its thing. Don't get back into it and try cleaning it off too soon, because you'll just be putting on more and more coats. Just put on a good thin coat and let it sit. And I ran a little humidifier out here in the garage, and I think that helped out quite a bit. So all the parts and pieces came out real nice. The finish, I think, looks really good. So I'm quite happy with all that. But like I said, because it's a CNC, all the parts and pieces pretty much dropped in place. There was not a lot of fitting that needed to go on with this one. Most of the work was in filing and sanding, and then the finishing. For the finish, I did tried and true, a couple coats, I think maybe 3 coats. Hand rubbed them all in and let it sit in between coats. And then I put a little gun wax on the whole entire rifle. And for the browning, when you do take off the last coat of that, you want to clean it. I used a little bit of hot baking soda water, scrubbed everything down with a brass brush, like a gun cleaning brush, wiped everything down with that, and then gave it a nice bath in oil. Just used some regular motor oil and let everything sit in there, and again hit it with a brass brush. The brass it's not going to take off like a stainless steel brush. If you use a stainless steel brush on there, you can scrape the finish right back off down to the metal and stuff. So just use the brass brush on it, and I think it came out real nice. Real happy with it. And that's about it. Took it to the range, fired about 6 rounds. I did not really technically sight it in, I just fired at steel plates. I just wanted to make sure that it would fire with no problems or issues, not blow up or anything. Which, all that was all good. Anyone with a keen eye will realize that the rear sight is on backwards, and I did that on purpose because this side is nice and kind of a dull finish to it, and the back side is like a machined, smooth, kind of a bright looking area. And with my eyes, I was having difficulty seeing in the notch, which my eyes are not the greatest anyhow, but that little light reflection and stuff was really screwing with me. So put the rear sight on backwards, so anyone could change that out at any time, not a problem, not an issue. But very happy with it overall. For the money I think this is a very good starter kit for someone with little to no experience. Like I said, everything will just drop in, and all you're really doing is doing final shaping and finishing and stuff like that. So anyone just wanting to get into this hobby and stuff, this would be a very good kit to pick up. Good high quality kit for the money. And then there are some other more advanced kits, which I have the Pecatonica River kit that I'm just starting on. That one's a little bit more tricky. A lot more inletting and stuff. And I have the Hawken shop kit, and I actually just sent that back. They said that they would give me a full refund if I send the kit back to them. So that's what I ended up doing. My eyes are not good for any real fine inletting. Putting something like this together where it's all CNC was not a real big issue. And doing the finishing, the sanding, and all that stuff, not a big issue. But I'm already looking at the Pecatonica River and kind of scratching my head. Some of the areas that I have to inlet are, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do. So anyhow, that is the Investarms Hawken rifle kit. If you're looking for a nice kit to put together, first time, this would be the way to go. All right, Smoke Wagon 45.